Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We got some breaking news to discuss here early on a Monday morning as we start week 2 of NFL free agency. We got to talk about quarterbacks coming to town to visit. We got an Aaron Rodgers update, and the New York Giants are bringing in a veteran receiver for a workout and a visit. We're going to break all that down. First, though, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we're going to get you guys a video as soon as possible. Not at the studio in the morning today. Got a late night with the Knicks playing against the Heat on ESPN. So I'd appreciate it if you subscribe because even when we're not at work, we're still doing work getting you guys the most up-to-date Giants content. So if that's what you're looking for, hit that sub button and help us reach our goal of 70,000 subscribers. We are almost there. Please consider hitting that big red sub button. Alrighty, let's start with this. The New York Giants have scheduled a visit with free agent quarterback Jameis Winston for him to show up to town tonight and the visit to last throughout the day on Tuesday. As we know, the New York Giants are on the hunt for a quarterback to add to this roster. They've already brought Joe Flacco in for a visit. They've brought Russell Wilson in for a visit. They now have Jameis Winston scheduled on Tuesday. They're going to pick him up from the airport Monday night. And we also know they are still waiting on Aaron Rodgers. And we got an update on that. First, wanted to start with Jameis Winston, who's coming to town for a visit. Played last season for the Cleveland Browns, appeared in 12 games, started 7 of those. The Browns were 2-5 in those games that he started. Completed 61% of his passes, threw for 2,121 yards, 13 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. That is the Jameis Winston experience right there. There is no doubt about it that Jameis can still throw the football all over the football field. In the games that he played last year, 5 starts, 7 appearances. He had 12 big-time throws. He had a big-time throw percentage of 3.8, which is a pretty solid number. Thing is, he had a turnover-worthy play percentage of 5.2. And to the 12 big-time throws he had 18 turnover-worthy plays. Jameis can throw the ball. He can touch every blade of grass. You can put up points with Jameis Winston as your quarterback. You can execute a drop-back offense. But at the same time, he has not found a way to not put the ball in harm's way. Just too many times there are turnovers happening when he is in control of the offense. I mean, 12 interceptions this year and 7 starts. That's almost 2 interceptions per start. There's no doubt about it that Jameis Winston would make next year at least appointment television. The Giants have never had a quarterback like Jameis when it comes to the entertainment factor and kind of the showman that he is. And they've never had really a quarterback that I think is as volatile as he is when it comes to his play. Eli Manning had some years where he would throw a lot of interceptions. But there are too many times where Jameis is getting close to 20 interceptions in a season. 12 picks in 7 games. One thing I like about Jameis is I do think he would be a great mentor for a rookie quarterback. If you're able to walk out of the NFL draft with Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, Jameis would be a great backup to have. I also think Jameis would be a good quarterback to have to get Malik Neighbors the football. Neighbors would not be complaining that he is not getting enough targets. Jameis would throw him the ball early, often, and all the time. And you know what? That doesn't sound too bad. This year, Jameis threw for 176 yards per game. Again, 12 games and 5 starts. I'm not really moved by the Jameis Winston signing, to be honest with you, if it does happen. Scheduled meeting for tomorrow. The only way I'd be okay with Jameis is if I know Cam or Shedeur is coming to town. If the move the Giants make to have their starting quarterback next year be Jameis Winston's, that would be very upsetting, to be quite frank with you. And I say this in the most respectful way possible. I'm tired of my quarterback being a meme. I just am. It was with Tommy DeVito. This was a meme. Everybody was laughing at us. Everybody was laughing at us with Daniel Jones. Everybody was laughing at us with Drew Lock. And everybody would be laughing at us with Jameis Winston. Swing for the fences. And they are. They are stuck in their ways, waiting for Aaron Rodgers. And we could just go to that. Jeremy Fowler with an update saying, I'm told from sources that Rodgers does have standing offers from the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. Teams are waiting this out, waiting on Rodgers. The feeling is there's not just a money consideration here. There's fit, there's surroundings, all those things. Minnesota Vikings are sort of a option here. Sources tell me that it's possible they get involved with Rodgers, but the feeling this week has been probably not. They want to develop J.J. McCarthy. ESPN is shutting down all of the Minnesota Vikings stuff. The Athletic with Dianna Russini and Mike Silver, they are all in on saying that the Minnesota Vikings are a 50-50 shot at this point. I don't think the Vikings have any chance because they don't want any chance because they are not interested in Rodgers. I do believe there is a world where Rodgers wants to be a Viking. Why not? Great offensive line, great play caller, great weapons outside, good defense, good defensive coordinator, won 14 games last year. Obviously, if he wants to win a championship, I think that the Minnesota Vikings give him a best chance. But the odds for the Vikings to sign him are falling. According to Polymarket Sports, right now the Pittsburgh Steelers have a 39.6% chance to sign Rodgers. The New York Giants, 36.1%, the highest it has been in this saga. Retiring is down to 14.7%, and the Minnesota Vikings are down from what was above 20% down to 14.4%. It's a two-team race, the Steelers or the Giants. If there is a third option, the third option is going to be retirement for Aaron Rodgers. That's where we're at. I think the Giants are right where they want to be, in the driver's seat to sign Aaron Rodgers. I think it's Giants, retirement, Steelers. Would you rather throw to Malik Neighbors or have to deal with George Pickens? The Pittsburgh Steelers went 1-5 in their last 6 games. They averaged 16 points per game in those ball games, and they had Russell Wilson. The New York Giants did what they did on offense last year with Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, Tim Boyle, and Drew Lock. And they're getting Andrew Thomas back. They're getting John Runyon back. The Giants' offensive line is much better than the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Giants have the best pass catcher of both teams by far. Malik Neighbors is way better than DK Metcalf. And I think the Giants have a better running back room as well. The only position that I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are better at is center and tight end. And there's a lot more pressure in Pittsburgh. Championship pressure. If the Steelers sign Aaron Rodgers and they lose in round 1, Mike Tomlin, you might just be fired. All right, so they're bringing in Jameis. Giants are still waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk about Zach Pascal coming in for a visit for the New York Giants. The 30-year-old veteran wide receiver is scheduled to have a meeting with the New York Giants today to decide if they are a good fit for him. Zach Pascal last year played in all 17 games for the Arizona Cardinals, and he had 0 targets, 0 receptions, and obviously 0 yards. He's a special teamer at this point. Pretty disappointing the Giants aren't making a stronger effort to improve the wide receiver room. He played 69 snaps on offense last year, 17 of them on passing downs, 277 special team snaps. So you're bringing in a guy to help you with special teams. I hope that they don't look at Zach Pascal as a wide receiver option. I'm sorry. It's just the Giants have not added one offensive starter this year in free agency. And they were one of the worst offenses last year. I know Neighbors is going to take a step. I know you're going to add a new quarterback. I know Thomas and Runyon are coming back full time. You brought back Greg Van Roten. You're hoping John Michael Schmitz takes a step. Illuminor continues to get better, already after having a great year. But man, I really wish there was some new skill position players coming here. Pretty disappointing, to be quite frank with you. Aaron Rodgers. Giants are waiting, and their odds to sign him are skyrocketing. Jameis Winston is coming to town for a visit, and Zach Pascal is going to visit as well. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon on your way out and subscribe to the channel, because if any more news or rumors break, we're going to get you guys a video as soon as possible. We'll see you later. Give me a shutters, and let's go Big Blue.